What's up, guys? Today we are going to look at the inner join. The inner join is used to combine rows from two or more tables based on a common column. For example, in our case, we are going to work with the two main tables we've been working. So we're going to select everything. Let's first take out the employee demographics table. Employee demographics table. Let's run that. As you can see, the contents of the table, we have the first column with the employee ID, first name, and the other columns. Now let's check out another column, another table. So we're going to select everything from another table, that is the employee salary table. Employee salary table. Now when we run this, as you can see, the employee salary table also contains the employee ID, first name, last name, occupation, and salary. Now the main observation here is that the two tables have one column in common, that is the employee ID column. Now when we want to join the rows from these two tables, we must use the employee ID column as the common column. Let's see how we can do that. So I'll move down here and write our query. Let's say we select everything from the employee demographics table, right? Then the inner join. So we specify the type of join that we are using, the inner join. So we are joining the employee demographics table to the employee salary table. So we say employee salary. Then down here, we say on, which means you're specifying which column you're using to join the two tables. And our common column within the two tables is the employee ID column. So we say on employee ID. On the employee demographics table is equals to the employee ID. In the employee salary table, we come down here and close that. Let's try to run that and see. Now, as you can see, we have an error here which says column employee ID on clause is ambiguous. That means our query here cannot differentiate which table does this employee ID belong to. So we must specify exactly. For example, if we are joining the employee salary, we must specify from which table are we pulling this column from. So in our case, we must specify, let's say the first one will come from the employee demographics table. Demographics table dot employee ID. We match it with also the employee ID column in the employee salary table. So that's what we're going to do. So the employee salary dot. So when we run that, you can see the results that we have. So it has merged these two tables together. As you can see, we have the employee ID, the name, plus also the salary table is in there. Now looking at this, looking at what we've written here, it doesn't look nice. As you can see, we have a lot of text here, which when you're dealing with maybe large data sets can be a very, very confusing. So now we'll have to introduce what we did yesterday, which is aliasing. We must rename our tables here to shorter names so that it can be easy to write this query. So in my case, I'm going to rename the employee demographics table, let's call it them, and the employee salary table, we alias it to, let's just say Sal. And down here, instead of writing employee demographics, we can use the alias that we gave it here. Just use them dot employee ID. And here we're going to use SAL in case of writing out the whole name. Use SAL.employee ID. So when we run this, as you can see, we still have the same output, but at least our query looks a little bit neat and not overcrowded. So that's it with the inner join. Next time you're going to look at other types of joins. Bye bye.